It is now very clear that the ghosts of the GENZs that were killed last year are drinking William Ruto's blood. One of these days, William Ruto has become so malnourished. And for me, my investigation shows that the ghosts are drinking his blood for killing them for nothing. In fact, the first person who came out to talk about William Ruto's weight was Rigathi Gachagua when he came out to say this. Here's the tape.
Si umeona amekonda mpaka masikio imekuja juu. Mumeona? Hii mtu ako na mabilioni ya pesa, lakini hala? Si ndio? Na tutawacha halale. We'll make sure William Ruto you are not going to sleep for the next 15 months. Utalala ukifika sokoni. Tutakuanika na hivi vijana wangu hawa. Si umeona vile amekonda? Mpaka masikio inafanya nini? Na bado. Hakuna mali ingine utaiba ya Kenya. What you have stolen is enough. And William Ruto, wewe umezoea uongo. Can you make up your mind why you betrayed Rigathi Gachagua at the mountain? Because you keep on giving reasons, different reasons every day depending on where you are. Siku ulitaka kunifukuza, uliita wakalejin, ukaambia ati nataka kuvidua serikali yako tukiwa na GENZ. Ukaita wabunge ya mlima, ukaambia naitisha wewe bilioni 10 kuliko unipatie wacha ugawie. Ukakaka ukalizwa na wazungu, iko shida gani? Ukasema I'm divisive. Ukatafuta watu ya Raila. Ukaambia hii mtu ni mkabila, anaitisha shares ya mlima ndio mmekosa shares. Mkinisaidia kumfukuza utapata shares yenu. Leo unasema sisi ni wezi. Can you make up your mind as to why you betrayed Rigathi and the mountain people? Make up your mind. Look for one reason before the next election.
That is Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is a man who William Ruto fears the most. I keep on telling people that who really recognizes real. Do you know that William Ruto is a cunning candidate? He's good in campaigning. He's good in strategizing. His reasons why, the reason I'm saying that real recognizes real, that is that when Ruto was picking a running mate, despite having very many options, he picked Rigathi Gachagua because of the ability. He saw something in Rigathi Gachagua. And the same thing William Ruto saw in Rigathi Gachagua is now being deployed against him. Among all the alternative government presidential candidates, there is none that speaks like Rigathi Gachagua. Because what makes a good candidate is when news is being read on your TV, on your radio, his statements make headline. Whenever Gachagua makes a speech in any day, his words will be quoted. So when he came out to say that William Ruto has lost life, has lost weight, that perturbed William Ruto. In fact, it pained him. William Ruto also retaliated by saying this.
Jana nilisikia wale majamaa ati wanasema si unaona Ruto unaona bila amekonda Sasa mimi niwaulize Kakamega hoye. Sasa mimi ni mtu niko na akili, najua wakati wa kupunguza ndio niweze kuconcentrate, najua vile ya kwenda gym, najua vile ya kupunguza chakula. Sasa mimi nataka niwaulize, mkiona wale majamaa si waende wajiangalie kwa kioo? Wale majamaa waende wajiangalie kwa kioo. Tumbo karibu inararua shati, kichwa karibu inapasuka. Mimi nawaambia tafadhali endeni kwa gym, punguza ratili yenu, punguza chakula. Munalala kwa mkutano mchana kiholela, hata hewa munaharibu. Please, wacheni hiyo upuzi. Wale watu ni wapuzi.
That is William Ruto. So you clearly see that William Ruto has been touched where it is painful the most. For the longest, William Ruto has been keeping quiet until Rigathi Gachagua decided to remove him in his hiding. And now this is where politics is suited. You clearly see that the people who voted for William Ruto in the mountain have moved on, and now the battle is just the beginning. I keep on telling people that the day we will see the IEBC clearing Gachagua to run for presidency, that will be the greatest nightmare of William Ruto. Remember, in Kenya, the second time has always been the most difficult to win, not the first time. William Ruto's second time in 2017 resulted to the nullification of the election. Kibaki in the second term, 2007, resulted in that uprising. The second time has always been the most difficult, and here William Ruto is going to face it rough. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the statements which were made by Rigathi Gachagua that show that ghosts are drinking William Ruto's blood, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to tell you that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. One, Gachagua is a master of public address. He knows how to work the public. And even William Ruto is also the same. In fact, William Ruto is a whole rounder. For one to be a great leader or a great presidential candidate, you must have that ability. Part of the reason as to why Kalonzo does not make it to that caliber is because Kalonzo's public address style is not so abrasive, coupled with coming from maybe not a populous community. And Rigathi Gachagua has all the arsenal, even the money. So Rigathi Gachagua is going to take on William Ruto. However, one bad thing I saw about Rigathi Gachagua, when they abused him, when William Ruto retaliated, Gachagua came out to defend himself, and that was bad. In fact, Rigathi Gachagua came out to defend and said that he's going to attack William Ruto on issues. He said these statements.
Sisi mambo ya Ruto tumemalizana naye, sasa tuko kazi ya kutafuta candidates. I will engage William Ruto as my competitor on issues alone. I will not engage him on abuse and insults. That one we will leave it to our foot soldiers. We'll engage him on issues. And the issue we have with him is state capture, conflict of interest, and misappropriation of public funds and sale of public assets for individual and personal gain. Those are the issues we have with him. So we invite him to a contest on issues that bedevil our country. We invite him to a conversation on how to liberate our country. And once he is in that conversation, we shall be able to go on with a good contest.
That is Rigathi Gachagua. The reason I'm saying it is a mistake. When you are taking up your opponent, take him out on a lane that you are more powerful. Trust me, when it comes to issues, William Ruto can speak issues, although he doesn't know how to put it in practice. When you want to see a future best leader, give William Ruto a mic. He will paint for you a picture of bottom map of Singapore. I decided to paint a picture of Singapore. So about issues, William Ruto is a good man. Rigathi Gachagua should sustain his attack on the lane is best. That is abrasiveness, calling out William Ruto a murderer, calling him after failing. Use slogans on that lane. In fact, even in a presidential candidate, I know Rigathi Gachagua will dismantle William Ruto. It is the truth. Okay? So calling William Ruto a minority pained him so much that he is now coming, each and every lie he stands out to speak. Okay? He talks about the same thing. Even the deputy party leader of DCP, Cleophas Malala, because William Ruto joked about it, saying that because he goes in a gym. William Ruto added the salt to injury, saying that gym cannot even take away your hair. Cleophas Malala said these statements.
Alisema kwamba ati sisi tuende gym, kwamba sisi hatufanyi mazoezi. Mimi ningependa kuuliza Kasongo, hii gym anaendanga inanyoanga mpaka nywele? Hii gym ya Kasongo inanyoa nywele? Hii gym ya Kasongo ni kinyozi. Yeye ni bure, sio bure. Na nyinyi mnajua vile watu wa gym wanakaanga, si ndio? Wanakuanga wameunga, si ndio? Hebu boss kuja hapa bana. Wewe unaendanga gym? Kasongo anakaa hivi kweli? Sasa huyu Kasongo aache kutubeba ufala bana.
That is Cleophas Malala. So for me, I think the DCP leader must continue on that lane. He must continue on that lane, not politics of principle and what we are going to do, because that's what William Ruto wants. William Ruto is ever calling out the opposition to speak politics of issues because he knows that the trend the alternative government is taking, it is dismembering him. And come 2027, William Ruto is going to be taken home. Of course, this my opinion remains truly Mr. Makinde Kabir Suleiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I'm motivated to do more offset videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.